So I must say that, that the next speaker is somebody I've only met today, but somebody I'd wanted to meet for many years, and I want to briefly explain why. There will be no peace in Asia if there's no peace between India and China. And right now, I'm concerned because there's a deficit of trust between these two great countries. So we need people who can explain one country to the other, people who can help to reduce this deficit of trust. And the next speaker is a Malaysian-Singapore contribution to this great cause. Many years ago, when the great Indian poet and Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore visited Singapore, he met someone called Tan Chung. And Tagore inspired him to relocate himself to India and to pioneer Chinese studies and to promote friendship between India and China. Tan Chung was Professor Tan Chung's father. And Professor Tan Chung was born in a neighboring town called Batu Pahat in the state of Johor. But he has spent 44 years of his life in India, following his father's legacy. Yeah. And in tribute to his contributions, the President of India has conferred on him the highest civilian award, the Padma Bhushan, and also the China-India Friendship Award. He's currently teaching at the University of Chicago, Professor Tan Chung.
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, my presentation is not a tale of two cities, but a tale of two civilizations. And I have to cover more than 20 centuries within 20 minutes. So that means I have to spend just 1 minute for 1 century. The title is Civilization States as the Role Model for India and China. Now, I have, after listening to so many people, of course, new ideas, I also have a new idea that the conventional wisdom of considering diaspora as migration, unsettled life, departure from homeland, this probably are out of date. Now we can have a new mindset to consider diaspora as pilgrimage of universalism, of intercultural interconnectivity. Rabindranath Tagore, of course, just now Mr. Chairman has said it was he who attracted my father to India, who decided my father's destiny and also my own destiny. Rabindranath Tagore wrote in a Bengali poem called Bharatiya, that means Indian pilgrimage. He said, no one knows whence and at whose call came pouring endlessly, endless waves of men. The Aryans, the non-Aryans, the Dravidians, many Dravidians here, Chinese, the Scythians, Huns, Pathans, and Mongols all have merged and lost themselves in one body, India. That means India itself is a country made of diasporas. The phenomenon of hyphenated in India, like Indo-Greek, Indo-Scythian, Indo-European, Indo-Iranian, Indo-Arabic, Indo-China. All this suggests that India, the culture of India, is a migration force, migrating far and wide. The Indian tradition of sannyas, that is homelessness, destined Buddhism to become the diaspora, while China has made Buddhism her naturalized citizen. China has become the homeland of Indian Bodhisattva diaspora. Maitri has become Miller, the Chinese future Buddha. Our Lokiteshvara has become Guan Yin, the goddess of mercy of East Asia, including my friends here from Japan and Korea. China has become the homeland of Indian diaspora, Bodhisattva diaspora. 4 Indian Bodhisattvas have settled in China. Now, even the Indian followers of these 4 Bodhisattvas have to go to China to pay homage to them. Our Lokiteshvara at Mount Puto in Zhejiang province. Manjushri settled at Mount Wutai in Shanxi province. Samanthabhadra has settled at Mount Ermei in Sichuan province. Kritikaba has settled at Mount Jiuhua in Anhui province. Buddhism supposed to be a champion of sannyas, homelessness. But what they did in China was to construct China as a strong, prosperous homeland. For example, we have a temple, Buddhist temple, from the 4th century onwards till today, very famous temple called Baoguosi. That means temple protecting Chinese state. From 6th century onwards, we have temples like Guoqingsi, temple celebrating the purification of Chinese state. Xingguo Chanshi, Tian temple, revitalizing Chinese state. Anguosi temple, pacifying Chinese state. Longxingsi, temple of prosperity. From the 7th century onwards till today, we have Xingguosi, temple revitalizing Chinese state. From 8th century onwards, we have Guangshengsi, temple of widespread victory. From the 17th century till today, we have Baoguosi, temple to redeem our gratitude for the Chinese state. The Indian civilization has contributed a great deal to the Chinese civilization. In the first place, China, after China becoming unified during the Qing and Han dynasty for 3 centuries, China experienced 4 centuries of this unification. And it was because of the prosperity of Buddhism that China got reunified. And it was Indian civilization that introduced pilgrimage, tourism, horizontal mobility, development of remote areas. The Tang dynasty was the golden era, and the Tang dynasty had 10 emperors. Of course, after the Sui dynasty had two emperors. In this period, 12 emperors, excepting one for a few years, all of them were pro-Buddhist, pro-Indian emperors. The enrichment of the Chinese philosophy in New Confucianism. Cultural Renaissance, Dragon and a Phoenix Extravaganza, a female Chakravartin emperor. I should highlight these last two aspects. This morning we had the Prime Minister, His Excellency Mr. Li, whose name is Xianlong, to review the dragon. Now, you see, the dragon 3,000 years ago was like an earthworm. Today, dragon is a symbol of activity, power, authority, prosperity, like the Prime Minister of Singapore. The kind of transformation of dragon image throughout the period from the Qin dynasty up to the last dynasty, the Manchu dynasty,